Sometimes I think I'm not allowed to be happy. And I imagine that's partially in my own fault because I seem to perpetuate my own misery by putting myself in situations like this. Say la vie. Greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician here as always. This is the first solo stream I have had in quite some time. And that is honestly probably for the best, because if what I have heard about what we're going to be encountering tonight is true, I would rather not subject anyone else to this. For a little background history on this, growing up, I was always a fan of a particular genre of entertainment called tokusatsu, which is essentially Japanese for special effects film slash series. Of course, as a child, I had no idea that's what this was called. All I knew was, oh, giant monsters and robots with flashy transformations, cool. And I believe my first foray into this particular form of entertainment was with a particular VHS I got from my aunt's house when I was but a wee lad. A film that would inevitably go down in the annals of cinema and schlock history, known to the masses as Godzilla vs. Megalon. Now, some of you might recognize this from the filmography of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's a certain kaiju movie with a certain set of commentators in the foreground that may or may not have helped popularize a giant robot with a face reminiscent of Jack Nicholson, known as Jet Jaguar. It's a long story for those of you who aren't in the know, but I digress. Not long after that, I would eventually find my way towards a number of series, such as Power Rangers. Power Rangers itself actually originally being a Japanese invention, an Americanized adaptation of an ongoing franchise that's still going strong in Japan to this day, called Super Sentai. It was adapted into the format known currently as Power Rangers by Saban Entertainment. They essentially took all the original Japanese footage, cut out all the footage of Japanese actors, refilmed with American actors, wrote entirely new scripts, and just used the action footage for the fight scenes and robots and all that jazz. And they gussied it up and they called it Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Some of you might be familiar with this, but what you might not be familiar with was that this was not the only show Saban Entertainment did this with. And Saban was not the only company to do this. Other shows Saban managed to get their hands on were the likes of Juko B Fighter, which they would rebrand as Big Bad Beetleborgs, various Metal Hero series, which were crammed together and renamed VR Troopers, and even a certain localization company, such as they are, infamously known as Deke Productions, you may have seen the memes, would get their hands on the franchise known as Gridman and rename it, I swear to fuck I'm not making this up, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. That's a thing that they did. That is a show that exists, and I watched the hell out of it. But that's for another night. Tonight is something special. If the word of my trusted friend Falero is anything to go off of, we are indeed in for something quite unique. Because there are a number of tokusatsu series in Japan, like I mentioned before, Super Sentai, Metal Hero, all that good stuff. I personally am biased towards the Ultraman franchise, but that is neither here nor there. One of the most prolific over in the Japans is Kamen Rider, which roughly translates to, as it would unoriginally be renamed by Saban, Masked Rider. I never saw Masked Rider growing up. I saw Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, Superhuman Samurai, something or other. I saw all that, but never Masked Rider. And the only reason I know it exists is because my friend Falero has recently been making his way through all of the original Kamen Rider series, and had a brief pit stop at Masked Rider. Spoiler alert, it did not end well. Apparently, he could only get partway through the first couple episodes and then had to jump ship. So that's what we're dealing with tonight. I hope you're all feeling good about your choice to be here, because I certainly am not. Anyway, I hope you will forgive the brief history lesson, because there's going to be a lot of those on these streams. I hope you know that. That's what you signed up for. So with all that in mind, I think it's high time we stop talking and start watching. Whether or not this is a good idea, we will leave that up to history to judge. History does, as the songs say, have its eyes on us. Now then, the biggest question is, will Saban give enough of a shit about this show to strike me with a copyright claim? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. For context, I have seen none of this. I've seen maybe like a few seconds of the intro. I did not hear any of it. I had it muted so I would be caught entirely off guard by whatever musical number we are about to be graced with. I never stopped talking. It's almost as if you know me. It's almost as if I labeled this as a just chatting stream. It's almost as if most of my career on YouTube has been writing and talking about media. For the record, that's someone I know personally who I am ribbing into, so don't feel bad for them. They've known me for the better part of 20 years. They have earned this. Yep, there you go. Anyway, I digress. Let's see what fate has in store for us this evening. /day / once again, time zones are bullshit. Let us commence forth with episode 1 of Masked Rider. So already, first of all, please tell me how the volume is so I can adjust accordingly. We'll let the visual effects and writing drive us into the mouth of madness, not necessarily the destruction of our eardrums. If there's supposed to be sound, can you not hear this? You can't hear any audio. Oh, well, that's a bit of an issue then. Let's see. That is absolutely a problem. Let me see. Now let me try this again. How's that? Anything from that attempt? See, as has become customary to quote between my friends and I, specifically in the streaming scene, it's not a VTuber stream without scuff. Your silence speaks volumes, friends. But yes, just again, a brief test, if you could let me know in the comments so I'm not flying blind here. Anything? Test 1 2 1 2. See, normally the way communication goes is that there's multiple parties communicating. Thank you, Ghost. I appreciate that. No audio still. Damn. I am not sure what is going on with this. Let me try. Get your audio. That. Interesting. Alright, what about that? Anything from that? Oh no, wow, that is very bizarre there. Nada, wow, my word. I don't know why that is not showing up. YouTube footage. Well, again, this is why we are testing these things, so I appreciate you being patient with me as we get this all sorted out. Because once again, this is very peculiar. Now, let me try this. Anything this time? Wow, yeah, it's not capturing that at all. No Peruni. Well, I do apologize for the technical hiccups right out the gate. My word. Well, thankfully, there is a workaround for this, since the usual method through which I would capture this does not seem to be taking. Ain't that just the way? Indubitably, Ghost. Indubitably. So, I think instead what I will do is I will actually take directly from my desktop audio. It's going to be a little messy, but we will work from there. And I will tweak the volume just a little bit. Okay. Now I think this should eliminate the key issue at play. So once again, I do apologize for the delay. Let's give this another college try, shall we? Backsrider. Alright, how is that? Sound? Okay. Now, is it too loud, or is it too quiet? How's it sounding in general? It's a bit loud? Alright, let me, well, do something about that.
On a distant and embattled planet called Edenoi, a young prince named Dex is given great powers by his grandfather, the king, and is sent to the planet Earth to protect it from the advancing evil of Count Dragon and his vicious insectoids.
Alright, how is that volume sounding? Alright, better. Does better mean ideal? Because once again, I want to try and knock this out as soon as possible. Ah, my word. So, while we're getting that troubleshot as well, can I just say, they are really leaning into a lot of the more space fantasy elements that were popular around this time. We have wizards, we have essentially, because like that Dark Duke, or however they were selling the antagonist of this series, that was absolutely someone modeled after a G.I. Joe villain. Alright. They are taking what they are familiar with, and they are... Because something I noticed that was particularly common with a lot of Saban series specifically is that for as convoluted as actual tokusatsu series could get, in terms of like the origins of the heroes and the villains, when it comes to the Saban adaptations, it always comes down to one thing: space wizards. It's almost always space wizards or some form of magic that has to do with space. With Big Bad Beetleborgs, it was a bunch of monsters and their magic and a haunted house that gave them the powers. With Power Rangers, Rita Repulsa was a space witch. With VR Troopers, I'm pretty sure the main antagonist was some sort of wizard. I don't remember specifically if it had to do with space. I mean, the main exception to that rule was with Cyber Squad, and even then, that wasn't Saban, that was Deke. You like how the intro has Kamen Rider Black, J, and Shin footage? Well, that's the trick, Alex, because Saban really loved to splice a bunch of footage from a bunch of different series all together. They took from multiple Kamen Rider series and smashed them together into Masked Rider here, just as they did with various Metal Hero series with VR Troopers and Big Bad Beetleborgs. Actually, no, that was... Metal Hero was specifically VR Troopers that they did that with. And Rider B was Beetleborgs. But my point stands, they didn't really care enough about the source material. They just got their hands on as much footage as they could license and tried to do what they could with it. I mean, essentially what they did was Ghost Stories Plus. If you know about Ghost Stories, you know what I'm talking about.
Once on Earth, he is adopted by a kind family and learns to live as a human.
I see we're going to Clark Kent. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I see we found the animal mascot. See, this is what happens when Alf actually gets his hand on the cat. What is that? Good fucking question, Ghost. That is a valid question. I wish I had an answer for you. Oh, my word. So let me just make sure that we can actually see everyone's comments. Guys, listen. I may be proud of my big fat head, but if it's blocking what you guys are saying, then it's kind of cutting off the flow of communication. But yes, a common practice in a lot of these types of series, not just the American adaptations, but with tokusatsu in general, there was almost a prerequisite, an unspoken prerequisite, that a animalistic or otherwise cute mascot had to be involved. With Power Rangers, it was Alpha 5, who, funnily enough, was actually voiced by Richard Horvitz, who would go on to voice many different characters, including Invader Zim. And I believe with Voltron, it was a hamster, if I'm not mistaken. I never got into Voltron. And even after I watched the remake, well, I'll save that for another stream. Tackle one thing at a time. For now, let's focus on the space platypus. Someone quote me on that. For now, let's focus on the space platypus. Richard Horvitz, my beloved. Yes, absolutely.
With his companion Phoebus by his side, Dex is ever vigilant, ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers.
Okay, no. We need to go back for a split second there. This is just the psychic pizza meme. With extra flair. Also, don't lie to me. If you were a teenager with psychic powers, you would absolutely use this to float up a slice of pizza towards your mouth. Don't lie. Among other things, but hey, one experiment at a time. Voltron was mice, you would probably know better than myself, Ghost.
Dex is ever vigilant, ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers to become Masked Rider.
Now, what I can't get over is, like, they went to such lengths to rename so many of these series for the American adaptations, but, like, this is the literal translation. Masked Rider is what Kamen Rider means. Oh dear God, the car. He's a bug? Yes. See, a very common aesthetic quality of all the Kamen Riders is that they were all modeled after grasshoppers. I'm not sure why this decision was made. It all goes back to the original Kamen Rider from the 60s. But I think it's meant to generally imply that these are superheroes who are fast and nimble and can leap very, very high. And when they eventually do descend, they typically finish off their opponents with the signature Rider Kick. For those of you who have been following Pokemon for a number of years, the most recent generation has a grasshopper-like, superhero-like Pokemon, I believe, known as Lokix, who is heavily inspired by Kamen Rider. As I believe it is a fighting dark type, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, dark bug, which makes sense. The original Kamen Rider was originally meant to be a bad guy, but became a good guy. I mean, much like the Green Ranger and Power Rangers. But again, we're getting into unnecessary semantics. Let's stop delaying the inevitable. Oh my God, the CG. Escape from Endoi. You know,
you there, put some backbone into your work or you'll feel my lance.
Understood.
Keep that poisonous gas coming.
Yes.
you know, a fun fact about me, I was born and raised in California, and this is essentially what this time of year in California looks like. For context, this stream, for those of you watching the VOD, is taking place at the winter equinox. They really did love their Star War, didn't they? These people were avid fans of the War of the Stars. It's got everything. Shao Kahn, Death Valley. Only thing missing is the marketable androids. Though give it a minute, I'm sure we'll run into them shortly.
Rhaegon will be pleased.
Database shows Prince Dex and the rebels gaining strength on Edenoi.
Cyclopter, you must find that wretched orphan prince and put an end to this rebellion.
I wonder which footage is American and which is Japanese. I wonder. They have Furbus. You know, now that I think about it, they could have very much been inspired by Furby. That was... I just realized that's probably what the joke is here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Didn't they recently revive Furby again for a whole new generation of sleep paralysis demons? For the uninitiated, Furby were a series of, essentially, what happens when you leave a teddy bear and a parakeet alone for too long? Well, I guess, more specifically, a Teddy Ruxpin and a parakeet. I realized I'd have to delve into what exactly that last one is, but again, we're getting into too many semantics at once. Ferbus is probably a mix of Furby and Pikachu given the timeline. You're probably not wrong. Actually, when did this come out? 1995. 1995 to 96. Well, fun fact, Pokemon actually did not debut in Japan until 96. So this is a pre-Pikachu world. Which is hard to imagine, I know. I'm old.
The Plague Patrol is in pursuit as we speak.
The Plague Patrol. Oh my god, this has all the trappings of 90s action. Oh my god. The Plague Patrol versus the Cool Kids Club. Coming to a Burger King near you.
They cannot hope to succeed. Rumor has it that your father, King Lexian, grows old and feeble-minded.
With Lexian gone, you will be the ultimate ruler.
Oh, hell, we cannot fail!
Oh, you gotta love the superimposed moons. Isn't that literally just the mountain where they filmed Zordon's castle? Now, one moment. I need to conduct some research on this. Hold the fuck on. That's literally it. No. Is that it? That looks absolutely like it. No, that's absolutely the same fucking... That's Zordon's castle from Power Rangers. And then this is this. Again, which is better, number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Oh my god. Oh, looks like we got our first redeem. Well, I suppose in all the excitement, I forgot to mention, we have channel points now. Those are pennies for your thoughts. Original, I know. But, yes, we mainly have 3 redeems at this point, and surprise, surprise, Silver chose the most expensive one. So to give you an example of what it is Silver has redeemed...
This is the aforementioned voice. For just 500 pennies for your thoughts, I can delve into my lower register. And surprise, surprise, not everyone was prepared for that. Oh, what's the matter, new chatter? It looks as though you've seen a ghost.
So yes, that is what Silver has just redeemed. Gee, I wonder if Silver has very niche tastes. I wonder. But getting back to the point at hand, yeah, they just didn't give a shit. Saban had its resources, and it was going to take advantage of them. To hell and back. Well, I mean, case in point, there's hell, and now we're back. Oh my word, that is amazing. We're making discoveries together, chat. This is a time capsule. I mean, this is why I have titled these types of streams Time Capsule TV. Oh my word. Anyway, moving swiftly right along, footloose and fancy-free. Actually, I don't think we have any Japanese footage just yet, if this is in fact the case. Oh, well, we'll see in a second. Yeah, no, this is American cast.
You think they spotted us?
No, Farian. The Plague soldiers are too busy carrying out Count Dragon's orders.
Man, Ben Schwartz gets around.
The information that we need.
Oh god, here it is.
Huh?
What? Destroy the rebels!
Uh-oh. I mean, actually, no, this is potentially a good thing. Maybe we can get some cable on Furbus' stomach. That was a Teletubbies reference for those of you keeping score.
This way, Flame Patrol!
Run! Come on, let's go!
You sound so concerned.
I'll finish him right here and now!
Oh, damn. Brave of them to actually bring out a gun.
Don't miss again! Now go! I'll go after the others! And we'll finish up the furball!
Always love for production babies.
Keep your heads down. We'll make it.
Cursed rebels!
There he is! Don't let him get away!
You know?
Now I've got you! So much for him! Let's find the others!
Aw, he's like a chinchilla. Just basking in the rock dust. You really gotta love these specific sepia tone filters that make everything blend the fuck together. To the point where it's hard to distinguish characters from backgrounds. The thing is, this pains me especially because I have this very specific filter in my video editing software, so I could easily recreate this. Ah, my word. How your email finds me. How the weekend finds me. I feel like many people could identify this as a veritable mood. Especially given recent ongoing historical events, which I'm sure all of us are more than happy to be constantly living through. Alright, one soapbox at a time.
Dex must be captured at all costs. I must harness the powers of the Masked Rider for my own. Then, there will be none to stand in my way.
I mean, again, they just made Tatooine. Like, two celestial figures in the sky, the dry desert planet. They just wanted Tatooine without the legal issues. It's you know what it is? It's the rareware effect. Where if you want like a very distinct or notable character in an old Rare game, just stick some googly eyes on it. In this case, if you want a setting to look very alien or mysterious, just reduce the entire planet to one ecosystem and stick an extra moon in the sky. Because that's how creativity works.
Here they come!
They've seen us. Come on, let's go.
I just realized with this specific filter, I missed out on an obvious Orange County joke. And I am just kicking myself for it now.
They must not be allowed to escape!
Escape where?
Under here. This rock should hide us from them.
It's so distinguishable from all the other rocks. They'll never think to look here.
Where'd they go?
Everybody keep down.
Thunderhead! How could you lose them? They're right.
Oh, Thunderhead, bless your heart. His name is Thunderhead. Silver, I know you're thinking of a very specific joke from Final Fantasy VII Machine Abridged right about now. And I know you're resisting the urge to laugh. You've been to that exact rock? Somehow I believe that, Alex, given your love for tokusatsu. Ah, my word.
Right in front of you! Count Dragon will make runs out of us all! Keep looking!
That was too close.
Come on, we have to keep moving.
I just realized what the aesthetic of these characters reminds me of. Once again, you will have to forgive me. We are going to be here all night. But I just remembered what these specific character designs remind me of. Let's see here. There we are. I mean, spot the difference. Because logic helped me, I can't. Let's start. Shut up. You know what you're doing, Alex. Oh, my word. For the uninitiated, this is a specific type of character from Doctor Who. Gosh. I mean, like, again... I mean, I would ask if I'm crazy, but that's an entirely different discussion. Ah, my word. Alright. Enough. Oh, the Lucas wipe.
Prince Dex has eluded the Plague Patrol.
Keep searching.
Count Dragon, the coordinates for the planet Earth have been confirmed. All is ready for transmission, sire.
Excellent. I will dispatch the Destructosphere immediately.
The Destructosphere. Oh, you gotta love the Destructosphere. I'm not sure if I had a joke set up for this. It's just, I have to stop and just process all of this incrementally for my own sanity. Such as it is. Love the Yeah, no, let's go back, in fact, at that puppet again, Alex. Look at this. Look at our lovely friend here. Like something out of Dragon Ball GT. I mean, look at that. It's even inscribed on its shield arm thing. Ah, my word. The hilarious thing, this looks like something that was constructed, like a design made from generative AI. Very 90s JRPG design. I mean, again, you might be giving it a bit too much credit. The thing is, I've never seen Kamen Rider Black, so I have zero context for how much of this they actually stole from the show and how much of this they actually made up. Which almost makes this I mean, it's closer to the genuine childlike experience I had watching Power Rangers in that regard. Something I always found fascinating about the Power Rangers Ivan Ooze movie later on, by the way, was the fact that Power Rangers became so popular not only in the States and quote-unquote Western countries, but also in Japan. They managed to get the actual actress who played... forgive me, I don't remember what the original Rita Repulsa character was named within the context of Zyuranger. But they actually got the Japanese actress to come over to reprise her role, like, in the Power Rangers movie, when they filmed in the, I want to say, late 90s is when it was. But yeah, this is a fun little tidbit. Anyway, back to this.
Dex has eluded the Plague Patrol.
Keep searching.
Count Dragon, the coordinates for the planet Earth have been confirmed. All is ready for transmission, sire.
They took 99% of the character designs from Kamen Rider KR Black. Okay. Actually, no, I just realized. Like, I claimed that this guy here, Count Draken, I believe they're calling him, was inspired by some sort of G.I. Joe villain, but I just realized what they might be taking more inspiration from. But once again, you'll have to excuse me. Now, I could be off base with this, but hear me out. It's Golden Bat. It's Golden fucking Bat, who is actually, I believe, one of the first prolific Japanese anime superheroes. I feel like there's at least a bit of bleed over here, though. Again, that's me giving Saban probably a lot more credit than it deserves in this case. Honestly, like, it almost feels like this character design for Count Draken here would be recycled later on for the Power Rangers Turbo movie. Because, once again, for reference, there seems to be an ongoing theme here that maybe I'm just out of the loop on. Wouldn't be inaccurate. I mean, then again, I realize I am very much reaching here, but I'm going on way too many tangents already. I feel like the mere existence of this design here is probably modeled after a long-going tradition in Super Sentai series specifically, because, fun fact, oftentimes in various Super Sentai series in Japan, specifically the original Japanese versions of them, oftentimes when they cast a specific actress to play the role of a female presenting antagonist, that character is often played by an adult actress. Apparently that's just a tradition that started at some point with Super Sentai that just went on for quite some time. I'm not sure if that's still a tradition with Super Sentai. I have not watched it in quite some time. But I feel like there may have been at least a smidge of inspiration behind that particular policy for casting choice when it came to designing this character for Turbo. How far into the episode are we? 5 fucking minutes, dear God. Nearly an hour into the stream, 5 minutes into the show. Sentai loved recruiting new directors from the Grindhouse movie scene for the 70s. Oh my God. Anyway, Draken, you having fun with your Destructosphere there? Pondering your orb, as the children call it?
Once upon Earth, it will assemble to create my most diabolical creature.
An NFT. Listen, easy joke was easy. Oh dear God. You got a little something. No, you got it. See, this is why you gotta watermark everything, friends. Oh, dear God. So, seizure warning. Oops. The 90s. As you do. You know, I was going to say that whole sequence reminded me very much of the Guyver, of all things, which was another distinctly Japanese series that would eventually worm its way into United States adaptations. Just the visceral, organic quality of that transformation there. Because I'm relatively certain there is a Kamen Rider whose transformation and suit is purely organic in nature. You'll have to fact check me on this. Yeah, Shin Kamen Rider. That's right. Yeah, the the ultra-violent body horror reboot of Kamen Rider. Yeah, see, I thought that was that's what that was from. So they decided to take the single movie body horror Kamen Rider and essentially turn it into the equivalent of the putties for this Saban series. That is a decision that was in fact made.
Researchers have yet to ascertain the exact whereabouts and makeup of the metal object that was seen falling to Earth. Local authorities caution that there is no need for any of the citizens of Leewood to become
Better get going
alarmed
on your
or
homework,
take action.
Albie. Patsy, I have to have my mom finish packing up for her catering job. Look, what's the big deal? I have something to show you. Where? It's in my garage.
You know, they hired people and put them in front of a camera. That is something we can confirm. They hired them to be actors. Both of these statements are correct. This is such a weird dynamic here, because maybe it's the holiday season skewing my vision here, but I feel like this is sort of an inverse Rhapsody Street Kids situation, where with Rhapsody Street Kids, you had dog shit visuals to go over the vocal performances of A-grade voice actors. And in this situation, you have, arguably for the time, fairly decent visuals, including stunning visual effects done from a completely different country, but still stunning visual effects, with people put in front of cameras. I am doing my damnedest to be as civil as I can. These are children who were put in front of cameras for a 90s children's program. Saban was really banking on this to do as well as Power Rangers. Yeah, they were banking on a lot of things. They really spread their net out thin. Why be civil? Because 'tis the season, Lorelei. Also, thank you for joining us. I am so sorry that you came in on this. We are watching the first episode of Saban's Masked Rider, which is essentially to Kamen Rider what Power Rangers was to Super Sentai. And thus far, decisions have been made. I can definitely say that.
Patsy, I really don't have the time for this right now.
Okay, I need to immediately stop again, because that was the specific stock creak sound effect that everyone uses whenever there's a pulley system involved in anything. I recognize that stock sound effect immediately. I mean,
You? Where? It's in my garage.
Patsy, I really...
That's the fucking specific... Listen, you have to understand, I'm a freelance audio engineer. I know my sound effects. I know this is going to make Silver unreasonably angry, because the moment I started pointing out stock sound effects with some of her favorite series, she became feral with me. Arguably, 'tis the season to be fucking awful to each other when it's so stressful. I mean, listen, that's the excuse every Karen and a half uses to rip into retail workers. I don't want to become that kind of monster. I'm a monster, but I'm not nearly that bad. The Foley in this is all I mean, yes, it's Saban. It's fucking unreasonable. Listen. I mean, you claim it practically ruined the experience of watching Dragon Prince for you, Silver. That's all I'm saying. Even monsters have standards. You're the Karen of internet reviewers. Listen. On the one hand, I hate that that's not entirely inaccurate. But the difference is, instead of planting my feet into the ground, I actually left when I realized that that there was no manager to see, and that the facility itself was being consumed in its own flames. It didn't need me to flame it for it. Ah, my word.
We don't have the time for this right now.
Come on, please.
No, wait. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Vehemently, I apologize. But too many stock sound effects are hitting me in the cranium all at once.
Garage.
Patsy, I really don't have the time for this right now.
The boink! In tandem with the stock creak.
Come on, please.
I'll be by later.
Bar, kids.
Oh, we've got an inventor, Dad.
Something strange is going on. Even my new molecular radar picked the signals up.
Oh. Someone watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh, my word. We're in for a treat. Why was this also, this specific trope, a thing? The inventor dad. The unemployable inventor dad. Between Rick Moranis' character from Honey, I Shrunk the Kid and Stu Pickles from Rugrats, why was this such a niche, specific character archetype from the 90s? I mean, I suppose they need some excuse for all the sci-fi mumbo-jumbo they're going to be spouting later on. To be fair, that was actually your dad. You know what? You raise a valid point. Your dad did build an entire-ass computer when he was 6, if I remember correctly. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the movie. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV... What do you mean, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show? What do you mean, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show, Alex? As the children say, I was today years old when I learned that there was a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show. No returning actors? Yeah, I can imagine. Rick Moranis was kind of a hot commodity in the 90s. Oh, my word. See, to my knowledge, which is admittedly limited when it comes to that particular franchise, to my knowledge, there were only ever 3 entries. It was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, and Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves. It was an excellent case of the TV series didn't understand the source material. There was a lot of that going around, too. I say as though that weren't still the fucking case. My word. I'm getting pulled in so many different fucking directions. And we are less than 10 minutes into the episode proper. This is a 20-minute episode, by the way. This isn't even compare to the length of a typical Jim Henson hour. This is 20 minutes of stock footage spliced into someone's glorified home movie. And I am being pulled in more directions than a compass at a magnet factory. Still need the Power Ranger crossover. Oh, that would come later. When they would eventually cross over the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Which was a thing, by the way, that existed. A Saban original, if I recall correctly. Where they turned the Teenage Mutant Ninja fucking Turtles into a tokusatsu series. And added a girl turtle. For some, like, for, I don't know, sex appeal? Is that why they did it? Because otherwise they wouldn't have their analog Pink Ranger, Venus de Milo. It wasn't her whole thing that she was Chinese? Like, obviously, like, Master Splinter is Japanese, and he trained them in ninjutsu, and then just the random Chinese turtle comes into the picture, who has shell breasts. The cyan eye mask, that is correct. Once again, pictures speak louder than words. People had a funny fucking idea about how sexual dimorphism worked in the 90s. They still do, but specifically in the 90s. Oh, dear God. Saban Entertainment, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Yeah, she was the support class. This is the last sibling. The Splinter just, yeah, you know, misplaced that one. Thus contributing to, I'm sure, many mixed feelings. Mixed and confusing feelings among the other brothers. Oh, my word. Saban really cast its net wide with this and others. They addressed that plot point in the show. Good for them! Doesn't make up for it. My word. Anyway. Try and keep my tangents relatively brief. No, me too, Alex. Me fucking too. Anyway.
And are we being invaded by aliens?
Well, I wouldn't jump to any conclusions.
Molly, honey, could you get off the phone? I could really use your help in here.
Hetty, I gotta go.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you. You make sure that's tied right, Herbie.
Who drugged the kids? No, they let the breakfast cereals of the 90s do that for them. And these kids got into the Dunkaroos, and they've been sedated ever since.
I think we need some more slime.
Oh my God. Well, I guess we found our Ghostbusters reference. I think he was even about to mention that bucket was full of slime, so... You shut your fucking mouth, Laura. You shut the fuck up. My hair may be stupid, but it's not that stupid. We now turn the floor to Eraserhead Jr. My word.
Slime. Oh, gross.
Why did you stick your hand in it then, numbnuts? I mean, to be fair, that is the urge of every prepubescent boy. Is like you lean down. Oh God, that smells foul. Steve, get out the smell of this. Steve, come over. Oh, gross. Eats it. Me with olives on pizza.
Doing this anyway. Molly's never done anything to you.
How can you say that? Did she or did she not steal the lead from me in the school play? And now Bobby Brigmore's got his eye on her and he's mine.
I see we're going with this character type. You know, hun, I have some bad news for you. You're on the wrong set. Carrie is that way. Also, you used the wrong food coloring for the bucket. Females are so neggy. I will say, despite the jokes, this does feel like a very relatable mood right now. I can't see the show, therefore it can't see me. Thus, I must be safe.
But Molly doesn't even like Bobby Brigmore. I'll see why you do.
There you go with that hiccuping again. Look, just do what I tell you, or I won't let you take me to the movies on Saturday.
You know I get the hiccups whenever I get excited or upset.
Just come down already.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely painfully 90s. And apparently it's hurting our friend here about as much as it is us. From the fashion to the acting, if we want to call it that. My fucking word. You know, getting up from a dirt nap as you do.
Grandfather!
What have you to report, Dex?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just the fucking wizard from Santa Conquers the Martians. It's just the fucking Mars wizard. Just out in the middle of nowhere. Jesus fucking Christ. Jedi meets Gandalf. Well, I mean, I believe Digimon was localized by Saban as well. So that's not far off. Oh my god. Once again. Fucking. There he is. There's the Mars wizard. I mean, time is a circle. Everything is inspired by everything else, even if it doesn't realize it. It is the middle of September. By the way, in case you haven't or are not currently following my friend Hunchuan Bats, please follow him both on YouTube and Twitch. He, myself, and a number of friends will often do reactions to particularly shitty Christmas movies around this time of year. One of them having been Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Which is what this upstanding gentleman is from. Oh, my fucking word.
There is much to be done. During our mission, we have learned from my ground sources that Count Dragon's army is diminishing.
It is true. We counted fewer foot soldiers this time. We are winning this battle.
I'm afraid it is merely a reprieve. Dragon is in need of soldiers. He plans to send warrior creatures to Earth to convert them to his own army of darkness.
You know, given the body horror we saw earlier, I would not be surprised if we saw some footage from Army of Darkness later on. Also, they just glued some sparkles to their foreheads, huh? They really went and did that, huh?
I have to go to Earth and find a way to stop him.
Yes, Dex, you are right.
But it could be dangerous.
Sarius, only Masked Rider can defeat Dragon. Once his mission is completed, he will return
Only
to us.
Link can
We
defeat
shall continue
Ganon.
to fight together.
No, we shall go with him.
No, Janaeus. Your place is here to carry on the fight.
We need makeup. I have this old bedazzling kit. We need makeup. Quick, let's go to Michael's.
My battle lays light years away.
Stand before me, Dex, Prince of Edenoi, and the keeper of the Masked Rider powers. For your journey, I give you now your human disguise.
Your human disguise.
Please be careful, Dex.
Take care, my friend. We will miss you.
I will miss you too. I will rejoin
I
you as
thought
soon
he
as
was
possible.
wearing a prom suit at first. I'm gonna be real.
Furbus was. Promise you'll look after him for me?
We shall, Dex. Do not worry.
And Matt Mercer hasn't aged a day. No. No, we're addressing this. Eatus deletus! This was put on television. I think it's the fact that, like, he doesn't even try to pose or anything with his flight. They just set his pants on fire and had him just upscale directly into the corner like a Windows loading screen. As you do. Dex never made it off his home planet. Listen, it's not that spicy, okay? Some people have no appreciation. Then again, I'm the one who's been dealing with the effects of an ulcer for over a week. I'm not really one to speak on spicy food right now. It's like the illegitimate love child of an Ewok and Howard the Duck.
Oh, there you are, Furbus, you silly thing. Dex will be all right. You must be brave, for he loves you very much. The people of
Godly
are depending upon him now.
Furbus, yes, that is what they're calling this thing. Think you've incinerated all the heat receptors of your mouth? Oh my god! No, they did not just have his ass float away like the Lorax. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Oh my god. So what heroic pose are we going to have this Kamen Rider fly to Earth on? By the seat of his pants, you said. I need to use this. You have to understand, I am somewhat technologically challenged when it comes to clipping things. So if one of you in the chat could please do me the world's biggest favor and clip me losing my goddamn mind over this. I need to cope. I need a moment. I need to hydrate. I need a lot of things right now. I need to reevaluate my life choices. Oh, on my end, yes. Well, oh, fucking Christ on a Christmas crucifix. What am I watching? I should have listened to Falero. This was not a good idea. Oh my god. Yeah, me too, Furbus. Me fucking too. Look at him go! Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick.
Herbie!
Must be a meteor.
Yeah, meteor, nothing special. What does Valera? You don't understand. It's exactly because he's British. He's watched Red Dwarf. He knows true horror when he sees it. He's read Sonic the comic. He's stared into the abyss. Oh my god. Also, why the PS2 plates? Why the angular PS2 plates? One thing at a time. One thing at a time, Logician. Dear fucking Lord. Shenanigans! You know?
Everybody just stay calm.
It makes sense that the only awards they would win for this show was the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm in the wrong fucking show.
There's something out there.
Everything. It's literally everything. It's just the cherry on top. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. We've reached maximum 90s overdrive. Plus turbo. Thank you, Lorelai. Thank you for your contribution. Oh my fucking god. How many minutes? 11 minutes. Oh, good. It's 11 out of 20. Dear Lord.
This must have been one of Mr. Stewart's bird-brain experiments. I think I need to go home and
Me
clean
too.
myself up. Don't forget to do my homework.
Was it as good for you as it was for him? And once again, I also have to point out the stock explosion sound effect.
Don't forget to do my homework.
Yeah, it's everything. Proof that Diglett has legs. That was the perfect time to cut away to commercial. I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
My petunias! You're standing in my petunias!
Lady, I'm pretty sure you're breathing your petunias at this point. Love how zero of the actual source material is here so far. I mean, there was a smidgen earlier, and it was specifically from the one body horror variant of Kamen Rider where he transformed into a were-cricket. And that was essentially the setup for what are going to be the putties, supposedly, of this series.
My apologies.
Oh, my poor flowers!
Have you been involved in some kind of an accident?
Yes. Funny you should mention that. He anamorphed, huh? Yeah. Next he's going to be asking for some cinnamon buns.
I have traveled a vast distance from the planet Edenoi.
Huh? I think the poor boy's in shock. Kids, help me get him into the house. Don't worry. Everything will be okay.
This darn thing must not be working.
And here I thought I'd fully charged the plot buffer.
I mean, it gave an alien alert reading.
Where'd you come from, anyway?
And what are you doing back here?
Come on, kids. Let's just get him inside.
Bat, tell me of the Destructosphere. Has it completed the journey to Earth?
Database confirms Destructosphere has landed at the correct coordinates and has...
Oh, welcome to this, by the way, Lorelai. Ah, yes, the Destructosphere. We forgot to mention the Destructosphere. Would anyone feel so inclined as to catch Lorelai up on the wonder that is the Destructosphere? Raise your hands, please. I'm surprised they never got the mom character to do a stereotypical accent. I mean, they could only get away with so much. Like, you could tell they were trying to get, like, the tropiest, like, multicultural family that they could here with, like, you know, the black son, the Asian mom, the nerdy white dad. You don't want this information in my head? Too bad. If I have to suffer, you suffer with me. That is the consequence of sharing a timeline with me, Lorelei. Welcome to the Hell Zone. It's awful here.
Begun its assimilation.
Excellent.
Here, drink this. You'll feel better.
Okay, son, now let's try this again. How did you end up in our backyard?
My name is Dex, Prince of Edenoi. I was sent by my grandfather, the king. I am to fit in with human society in order to stop the evil schemes of Count Dragon, to enslave the population of Earth and recruit them for his army of darkness.
You know, typical VTuber lore.
Is he speaking English? Probably one of those prep school boys.
It is imperative that you listen. Your world, as you know it, is in grave danger.
Right, well, you just drink your juice, son. I'm sure everything's gonna be just fine.
You know, should have gone with no pulp. This was also, now that I think about it, a very common trope in kids media. The reverse isekai teenager who finds himself in a fish out of water situation on Earth. I think of, what was it? There were several Disney shows with that premise, now that I think about it. There was the one with this teenage girl who was raised on a space station and then has to go to high school on Earth. There was the one with this, oh god, what was it? Axe from Animorphs, yes, absolutely. Just gnawing his way through another cinnamon bun. Secret Life of Alex Max, I think, was another one. Or wasn't that just where she was exposed to so much radioactivity that she turned into an advertisement for oh god, what was it? What was the name of that fake juice drink that came in a silver pouch? And, like, all the commercials had them turn into, like, liquid mercury. Capri Sun, thank you. Yeah, she turned into Capri Sun, and that was the plot of the show. Which is still... God, yeah, Capri Sun. It still exists. It's one of those things that's difficult. You have to understand, so much of my own childhood has disappeared across timelines that it's hard to keep track about what is and isn't anymore.
Oh.
How delightfully quirky!
Quite delicious. Thank you.
Dex, what about your parents? Maybe we should give them a call.
My parents were lost to me when I was a child. My grandfather raised me.
Hey, you're an orphan like us. Maybe my mom and dad can adopt you too.
Yeah, I had the feeling that's what was going on here, but I didn't want to just assume.
Albie, let's not jump the gun here.
Okay, what about your grandfather?
I mean, he would have to be in order to agree to this, lore.
Is he on the planet Edenoi?
Hal, I think we need to contact the police and get in touch with their missing persons department.
Well, that's the easiest way to get a kid killed. I mean, so that's one way to resolve this issue.
Mom, you can't.
I suppose I will just have to show you. Any more talking shall just impede our progress.
What's he doing?
The same thing I'm doing off screen.
That's amazing.
Edenoi was once a harmonious planet which...
this is just the plot to Uncle from Another World. Or at least the aesthetic of it. Oh my god. See, my mind is just reaching so far in every other direction to try and find some semblance of a good show to cope with the psychic damage this is inflicting on me. Don't worry, he'll have a crush on his adoptive sister throughout the whole thing. Yeah, as was the fashion at the time.
Lived in peace within another solar system. Our greatly intelligent race has ceased the need for weapons in warfare.
Also, that's why I enjoy the orange juice so much. Everything is coated in it on his home planet.
My uncle, Count Dragon, had been banished from Edenoi for his evil deeds. He spent the years creating...
She looked so... Let's take another look at this. Yeah, well, I think we know why the kid was off his rocker. Clearly, it was a family affair. A whole meal. The mom actor was like 24. You know? I mean, listen. It's not often you see a spaceship with that many tentacles, lore.
Spent the years creating many insectivores and returned to attack Eden. He has taken control over our people, but there are many who have fought back. As the prince of my planet, I was given special...
This was the joyous moment when I finally shot my grandfather in the fucking head, freeing me of his cruelty.
Special powers is my birthright.
Insectivores. No, I was thinking the same thing. Insectivores, Predacons, Maximals.
I became the Masked Rider.
There he is. There's our hero, everyone. Kamen Rider Black. At least I believe so. You'll have to forgive me for my lack of encyclopedic knowledge on Kamen Rider, folks. I originally got started with Kamen Rider O's, which came much, much later down the line. The show... It could absolutely have started here. But then we wouldn't get the shenanigans of slime drops and Furbies. Oh no, we have to listen to that again. Peak voice acting. This is what we're working with, friends. Actually, no, that actually had a semblance of emotion put into it. No, I apologize. That sounded like it delved into a bit something different. My word.
Wow.
Those were some home movies.
The battle continues on Edenoi. And now here on Earth, it is about to begin.
Whoa.
Count...
Whoa, indeed. Yeah, no, there's no other explanation. The entire family is heavily medicated. Remember home movies? God. Remember when there is a specific show on TV dedicated to watching people's humorous home movies? Do you remember? Some might even argue they were the funniest in America. Remember? Yeah, no, me too, Dex. Me fucking too.
Dragon is now on his way to your planet to enslave your people for his own evil purposes.
You poor child.
Yeah, again, the mom is spitting some mad truths here. You poor child. That is the smile of, oh, honey, you really don't understand how deep you dug your own grave, do you? Saban owns your soul now. They'll never let go. God, Bob fucking Saget.
This is so cool. A real-life superhero alien bug.
Once again, me too, Dex.
Albie, don't call him a bug. That's rude.
Kids, it's getting late. Let's get Dex settled in for the night. You can sleep on the couch, and we'll figure this all out in the morning.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let him anywhere near my kids' rooms either, bud. The Power Rangers crossover is in the backdoor pilot. So technically we're starting on the wrong spot. You know, I'll take your word for it, Alex, because I'm not sure if I'm willing to backtrack at this point.
Awesome. Come on, Dex.
Yeah, over here, Dex. Albie, why don't you go upstairs and get the comforter for him?
I'm appreciative of your generous hospitality.
Yeah, we're doing this right out the gate. Oh my word. Well, you can tell he's already enthused by the Jim Ross-esque stroke he's having right now. That is a face, or at least half of one.
English, Dex. English.
I thought I was speaking English.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Albie just means that, well, if you really want to fit in, you're gonna have to learn to talk like the rest of us.
And how do you propose I do that?
TV, Dex. Lots and lots of TV.
I mean, when in doubt, brain rot.
I hear something.
Yeah, me too. It's a copyright strike.
Must be Patsy, our neighbor.
No, that's not it. Something is approaching Earth.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, here we go. Are we getting another Destructosphere?
No way. Twice in one night?
Oh, God. No, it's worse. It's worse. It's a marketable plushie. Oh. Oh, we're doing this.
What's that?
Bugs? Furbus. Oh, Furbus.
Furbus. That was the exclamation of like, oh, Furbus, you're not dead. Good.
Am I ever glad to see you? But what are you doing following me? Are you okay?
The Furbus, not in the neck, not in front of the children. I don't think they're ready. I don't think this world is ready for what we have. There's one furry avocado? Yeah, might as well be.
Now I've seen
Because this
everything.
character is the pits.
I hate to tell you this, but Dad's allergic to fur. We've never been able to keep a pet around here.
Morning.
Kids? Is there an animal in the house?
No, Dad.
That's just Dex.
Not exactly.
Yummy.
Count Dragon, Destructosphere is ready to cut a path of destruction through the city.
It's kind of in the fucking name. We figured you'd appreciate the subtleties of the marketing.
Full power and standing by.
We shall attack at dawn.
You know? You know, for kids. Can you tell which footage is Japanese? I wonder which footage is Japanese. Yeah, Geiger for kids, exactly. Once again, we go from this to this. Better one, Or 2? 1? Or 2? I'm not sure which is leaving a larger hole in my mind. But the answer is yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, you don't understand. I recognize this show. I never watched the show, but I recognize this fucking show. Hello, Saban, fellow owned property. Yes, exactly. Saban really was throwing the net out wide.
Boing. Boing. You been watching TV all night? Man, you really took me serious, didn't you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. A creature of unknown origin is waging a siege of terror upon our city.
You can tell how much I care about this. I totally didn't put in my last 2 weeks.
Information is sketchy at this time, but as you can see from the live footage coming in from our camera crews downtown, Leewood's business district is being rocked by unimaginable devastation.
Unimaginable devastation. Oh, the humanity. You killed him. Dad. 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 Like, at this point, it's less of a group medicated family and more there's something specifically in the water. Either something is in the water or this is a post-Halloween season of the witch world. This is a post-Silver Shamrock world.
Saw it on the news. It's all happening. Everything you said.
What does this mean, Dex?
You want to try that read again, kid? I mean, granted, I am assuming you can read. I assume that was one of the qualifiers to get cast on this show. But then again, I can't really make that assumption of any of the adults either.
It's one of Dragon's insectivores. The battle has begun.
Where are you going?
What are you gonna do, Dex?
Come on.
Here we go. We getting a Henshin?
What exactly are you doing? Dex?
Ecto phase, activate!
Where's the Japanese footage, Mansley?
Wow, way cool.
Oh, we gotta have the nosy neighbor character. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. Once again, I need to do some quick fucking Yeah, no, the hat style. Exactly, Lord, that's my point. Let me just... So, moving on quickly. This is one of the lead female characters from Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. It's the same style of fucking hat. Just sans the flower in this case, but I think this particular character had a rotating wardrobe of this specific style of hat. It was the style at the time. It was a hat at the time. I'm not sure style has anything to do with it. I'm going to hazard a guess that this is going to be our overly nosy, tries to tell everyone that Superman is Clark Kent, but no one believes her character. It was the 90s. It was acceptable at the time. No, that's the 80s. We're running through the 90s. I'm more inclined to run from the 90s at this point.
The time has come. The forces of evil must be vanquished forever.
Maybe we can help.
No, Albie. This is a dangerous battle, and I must fight it alone.
Good luck, Dex.
Thanks.
I mean, credit to them, they at least rented the suit for the in-person shots. Oh my god. You may not appreciate it because you're eternally... Listen! Cargo pants are timeless. They can hold all of the things. More pockets means more you can do with your hands. The world is not ready for my brilliance.
Wow. A bug.
The fucking... The quirky brass section, like... That's how you know this is going to be our comic relief character. Like the annoying adult.
Wow.
Actually, that could be a bassoon.
I just saw a giant bug. I've got to talk to Herbie.
Oh god, we're not even getting our fight. Not our first fight. Oh god. Oh god, we have to watch another. We have to watch another. Oh my god. Oh my god. It shows why Kamen Rider Shin doesn't have a screen usable suit for an anniversary movie. You know? You might be onto something. Also, Lore, I think I might be in need of some backup here. Would you be willing to join me for the second episode? I think we need that second pilot for the proverbial Jaeger on this one. Fair enough. God, I guess I'll take the mental load on my own. Great googly moogly.
On a distant and embattled planet called Edenoi, a young prince named Dex is given great powers by his grandfather, the king, and is sent to the planet Earth to protect it from the advancing evil of Count Dragon and his vicious insectoids. Once on Earth, he is adopted by a kind family and learns to live as a human. With his companion Phoebus by his side, Dex is ever vigilant, ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers to become Masked Rider.
So, with all of that being rewatched, we could have just skipped episode 1. That entire first episode was just summed up in that intro, huh? That was the most redundant first episode of anything I have ever seen. Oh my god. This is a decision I have made. Alright, well, let's keep going. You did in fact suggest that, Alex. Nefaria. That's just it. It's not at the tempo. There's hardly a tempo. Oh my god. See, all this shot here makes me nostalgic for is Halloween. This feels like a middle schooler with the most expensive thing they could buy from Spirit Halloween.
Battle with Count Dragon's forces of evil has begun.
Maybe we can help.
No, Albie. Against this danger, I am on my own.
Good luck, Dex.
Dex.
A bug. I just saw a giant bug. I've got to talk to her.
I just realized it's not even an adult. That's the bratty girl from earlier. Oh God, I don't know why I wasn't able to process that sooner. I guess I didn't recognize her without an annoying nerd on her shoulder and a bucket of slime in her hair. This actor hasn't had a lot of luck in the acting world. I can't imagine why. No, I mean, clearly, sterling performance here. It needed its Bulk and Skull characters. Oh God, yeah, but don't drag Bulk and Skull through the mud like that. You know, they earned their titles.
The Destructor Sphere has begun its reign of terror upon...
Like, at this point, why even continue to call it a Destructosphere? It is a sphere no longer. Like, anything can start as a sphere so long as it works... if it works on the base operation of mitosis. Just splitting apart cell by cell to become a multicellular organism. It's the patented, yeah, no, I mean, they really needed to push it.
Earth. And very soon we shall begin to lure the Earthlings into our trap.
I shall see to it that the Earth's entire population is enslaved.
And then I shall personally see to breaking the Earthlings' will, Count Dregon, and turning them into your vast army.
Your posturing seems to me unsound. Remember Prince Dex you've not yet found.
Oh, put a cork in it, you babbling loony.
Database confirms location of Prince Dex presently unknown.
Wait, I'm racist. Wasn't that just the mom? Well, hold on. There's a quick way to find out. Jennifer Tongue. Candace Camille Bender. Okay. I mean, listen. We're all a little bit racist. If there's anything we learned from Avenue Q, it's that.
The Destructor Sphere has begun its reign of terror upon Earth.
And very soon we shall begin to lure the Earthlings into our trap.
I shall see to it that the Earth's entire population is enslaved.
And then I shall personally see to breaking the Earthlings' will, Count Dregon, and turning them into your vast army.
Your posturing seems to me unsound. Remember Prince...
Wait a fucking second! Is that just Jockin? Hold on. Is that Jockin from Inuyasha? That sounds exactly fucking like him.
Turning them into your vast army.
Your posturing seems to me unsound. Remember Prince Dex you've not yet found.
Oh.
One moment. Let's see. Let's see. Jockin, VA. So Don Brown. Let me see here. Voice roles. I could be entirely mistaken, but that sounds very similar to Jockin. It's not him? Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. It may very well not be him. Oh my god. Well, so I didn't find anything confirming one way or the other. I don't think it's him. But I did find what Dex's actor is looking like these days. Honey, we have Wolverine at home. Wolverine at home. You know, good for him. I joke, but he has had no expression in 30 years. After this harrowing experience, neither would I. Ah, my word. Let's see. Double face. Cyclopter. Yeah, no, I think I was mistaken. But, that's a good question. Let's see. Let's see, so that's not it. Let's see. Masked Rider villains. This is crucially important, I assure you. Masked Rider villain who speaks in rhymes. Gork, apparently, is the name of this character. And he was voiced by, Michael McConaughey. Or Michael McConaughey. Let's see, Michael McConaughey. What did you voice? Let's see here. Well, he's definitely been in a lot of anime. Let's see here. Yeah, no, he has been in a fuck ton of anime. Nothing I immediately recognize. He was the mummy dude from Big O. He was in Rurouni Kenshin. Well, that may also explain why I don't recognize him specifically. I think the most I've seen of Rurouni Kenshin is what you've shown me, Lore. My word. No, he's got an expansive list of roles. Let me see here. He was interesting. He was actually the detective from Paranoia Agent. That is a range. Like the older detective specifically. That's a range, all right. Yeah, no, I apologize. I could have sworn that was Jockin. I was mistaken. But, no, that was a very Jockin-esque voice. Even just to listen to that again.
See to breaking the Earthlings' will, Count Dregon, and turning them into your vast army.
Your posturing seems to me unsound. Remember, Prince Dex, you've not yet found.
Oh, put a cork in it, you babbling loony.
Yeah, no, that absolutely sounds very much like Jockin. But, I suppose, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Database confirms location of Prince Dex presently unknown.
We will not deal with my wayward nephew at the moment. I will deal with him when the time comes.
Meanwhile, in Detroit... Oh, off he goes! He turned into Starman for a split second. Wait a fucking second, hold on! No, 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 I am not letting that fucking go. No, incorrect. One fucking second. He just turned into the spaceship from Godzilla 2000. Wait, once again. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. All these squares... Okay, I'll stop. Good old shaky cam. Wait a second! No, I'm sorry, I have to pause again, because we were talking about Digimon earlier. This is Digimon music that we're hearing! Like, specifically English dub Digimon music. That is explicitly from Digimon. I mean, granted, again, owned and distributed by Saban. Oh my god. It's just the wombo combo on my mind. Yes, the Saban-ass music.
Look at it. Yeah, so you like flowers, huh?
Money bun on flowers.
Is there any more?
Do it later.
You know, you guys are really nonplussed about this whole alien invasion thing going on. we just overlooking that for the time being while the fucked up rabbit eats what's left of Mom's petunias.
Hi.
Must be hay fever.
What's going on?
Kids, I want you to hurry up and get dressed. School's been canceled for the day. We're having an emergency meeting at Leewood High.
With all this craziness going on around here, I don't think you two should be home by yourselves. Where's Dex?
Okay, credit where credit is due. Actually, an understandable response. Alien fucking attacking the town? Yeah, let's cancel school, not leave kids by themselves, and find shelter. Or at the very least, an emergency response meeting. It's the first smart decision I have seen. And it's the bare fucking minimum in an emergency situation. School's out for murder.
He went out chasing monsters. Isn't that cool?
Well, I hope he knows what he's doing. Well, come on, you guys, shake a leg. Help us get this food to the car. No use letting it go to waste.
There's absolutely something in the water. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. I mean... I have to. I can't not. Spot the difference. Corporate wants us to find the difference between these pictures. Aliens attack, but let's be super casual, like you're going on a camping trip. Once again, there's something definitely in the water. Oh, you. Wacky shenanigans! You know?
Kids, hurry up!
You know, of all the props that were up for auction following that Saban warehouse sale, Furbus was not found anywhere. Listen, Furbus has breached containment. I repeat, this is not a drill. Furbus has breached containment. You're also recognizing every last stock sound effect. Yeah, me too, bitch. This is such a fucking weird combination of psychic attacks that I'm inflicting upon myself, in all fairness. Oh, my word. Meanwhile...
Destructosphere, your time is up. Mass Rider has arrived.
You are doomed.
In the name of Edenoi and all that is good, let the battle now begin.
Oh, you... This... The button was hit. Audio was recorded. And a take was selected. All the stock sound effects. Oh, my word. I mean, it's not helped by the fact that, like, of all the Kamen Rider series they could have chosen, they chose one of the Hunchback Kamen Riders. And what I mean by that is, unfortunately, with Kamen Rider Black specifically, and I believe Black RX as well later on, because of the inherent design of, like, the mask in place with, like, the chest piece and everything, it has the overall look of, like, someone who sits at their computer desk way too often and is hunched over with their neck bent forward. In fact, let me just... Yeah, sorry about that. Just needed to... starting to feel a bit stiff in the neck. But, yeah, no, that's... It's not helping the overall lack of quality with this localization. It's bulkier than the other suits. Yeah, that's a polite way to put it. And once again, the Digimon music is strong. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, no. Oh, you can't do that. Oh no. Let's John Madden this fight, shall we? Because I think we just saw a reverse screen goblin scenario. Oh my god.
Begin.
He jumps, he struts, doesn't land a single punch, does all sorts of poses, showing off his advanced bloodline technique, and gets shot in the fucking face through a brick wall. Those background musics are gonna be used for the next 30 years of Power Rangers. Yeah, I believe it. GG no re, as the children say. One more for the road, because we have to. We have to. And I think I need a new layer of tears to wash the sting out of my eyes. Good lord.
Begin.
Cinema. Cinema. That's the best. Fucking peak. Also reminiscent of Indiana Jones just shooting the one guy. You're not wrong. It's just... Don't tell Harry. I meant to play the fucking video. I didn't mean to use the soundboard. Oh my god. I mean, it's still funnier than the fucking show's trying to be. I mean, that's just it. The show is funny when it's trying to be serious. It's painful when it's trying to be funny. It's the perfect package. It's the perfect family film fest.
It'll take more than that to defeat me, Destructosphere. Not from you.
You know?
Only enough strength for one. Last try. Now to finish you.
You need to start something in order to finish it. Congrats, you got on a single rider kick. You know, I think the structural integrity of the Destructosphere leaves something to be desired. Also, one moment, let's review this Benji the Hunted footage here, where they tossed the empty suit over a building. They really clipped the wolf on that one. To even show you what I mean. My word. Okay, so brief side tangent. Now spot the difference. Case dismissed. Listen, if I must be haunted and thus consistently concussed with this cursed knowledge, then so must all of you. That's just how this works, I'm afraid.
This is really awful.
Oh my god, the color schemes already.
This is real.
The cyan, magenta, yellow all focused on the left over there. The black and white tile floor.
Really awful.
It's not safe to be out on our own street.
The pure blue suit jacket over there. Alien attacked the world. This is really awful. They're just referring to the bean dip that Diana brought for the occasion. The same... I thought it looked familiar. It does absolutely look very similar to the high school from Power Rangers. I mean, they used the same fucking mountain earlier as well. So why not the same high school?
You know, I still don't understand what you're talking about. Giant bugs, some guy named Dex. You know I'd do anything for...
Okay, they need to come up to a fucking decision as to what kind of character this is. Because we were trying to establish him as a nerd. Now he comes in with the fucking leather vest. Are you smart or not? I mean, granted, if he were actually smart, he wouldn't be hanging out with this girl. But he's the nerd that... the pretty girl... I mean... then give him a sweater vest, for fuck's sake. At least that's consistent.
I still don't understand what you're talking about. Giant bugs, some guy named Dex. You know I'd do anything for you, Love Bunny, but why are we here?
Look, I told you something really weird is going on and has something to do with Molly Stewart and her crazy family.
And he's got an earring, too. Like, they can't really... You know what this is? I just realized what this character is. This is like a fusion of the two bullies and the rich kid from the fucking Little Rascals movie. One moment. I have full control over the stream. I will not be stopped. My fucking word. I mean, it's a weird fucking fusion. So you have these. You mix a little of this into the Petri dish. And you get fucking this. Like, am I wrong? This plus this equals this. Oh, this is the Nepo baby who's trying to stand out, I guess. Nerd punk. Oh, dear fucking lord. Oh god, and the fucking varsity jacket, of course. That's the only thing that was missing from this aesthetic.
Molly, hey.
Also, let's take another moment here just to examine the evidence. The writing on the wall. Is that supposed to be their equivalent of McGruff the crime dog there? Like, if he were a woodchuck, what am I seeing?
Hey.
Hey.
Good. Oh, yeah, isn't that crazy?
Scary, huh?
Yeah, it is.
I'm cuter than her, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. At least, I think you are.
Come on.
What's going on? Now we've got to do something about this.
Yes, we will. Listen, everybody.
I mean, I'll say this. At least the dad seems to be, like, a respected figure within the community, despite being the weirdo, like, introvert inventor guy. Which, I mean, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Clearly he can be trusted.
That's why we're calling this meeting, so we can figure out a plan of action. Now, there are a number of...
We don't have any police in this town, remember. We're an anarcho-syndicist commune. We take it in turns by acting as representatives every week.
Precautions we can take until we learn more about what exactly is going on. But we can't respond sensibly.
Oh, that was...
We can take
3,
until we learn more about
2,
what exactly is
gasp.
going on. But
That was such a counted down, on cue, point and gasp.
we can't respond sensibly if people
Furbus, come
start to
back
get
here.
hysterical.
Furbus, what are you doing?
Furbus, can you find Dex? Dex! That's it, Furbus. Go find Dex.
And maybe close up the zipper while you're at it. We can practically see her actor, good god. Yeah, me too, Dex. Now, were we so lucky? Were we so fucking fortunate, Lore? That would be the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh no! We gotta get him home. Dex, are you all right?
My legs are fucking broken.
This creature's strong.
My shins shattered from kicking the empty suit into a drainage ditch.
I don't know if I can overcome them.
on, Dex. You can't give up. You gotta save our planet.
Yeah, that was dipping a bit into my own voice, wasn't it? For context, Owen is a character I play in one of our ongoing D&D campaigns, and he has a bit of a voice up in this register here. It's the closest I could get to a believable twink.
Why don't you take Ferbus home?
Oh.
I have to be alone and think.
Come on. See you later, okay?
See you later, okay? Yes! Back to the same fucking mountain.
Something more I can do.
They have all of
Something
two
to
locations
enhance the Masked Rider powers.
to film at.
Another battle like today's may be the end of me.
Do not fear failure, for failure makes one strong.
Failure is the
Learn
mind
from your
killer.
fear.
Failure is the
and
little
conquer.
death that comes for
I
us
don't know
all.
what to do, Grandfather. I was barely able to do.
Oh yeah, no, they really wanted to make Star Wars without making Star Wars. So what we played you was non-copyrighted music, from a certain point of view.
Beat Destructosphere.
Dex, you must not give up hope. Use your mind and your legacy as Masked Rider to create your own allies. It is within you, Dex. Look hard and look deep and see the path before you. Concentrate.
Oh, that's the highest quality animation we've gotten out of this so far. Let's see that again.
Concentrate.
Well, we finally hit it, folks. The writers wrote themselves into such a tight corner that they had to call upon the Nothing to break them out of it.
I see it, Grandfather. I see it.
Oh, is this where he gets his ride? For context, the reason Kamen Rider is called Kamen Rider is because he normally rides a motorcycle. That's his whole thing. He fights monsters and rides a motorcycle. Hence, Kamen Rider. Masked Rider. I think in this show they give him a fucking car. At least if the intro sequence was to be believed. And doesn't afraid of anything, exactly. I love John Ryder.
Nefaria, send down a group of your maggots to begin assembling recruits. We shall select our army now.
What if I don't want to? Oh, you know, as you do.
Now, I'm not exactly sure what's going on around here, but I say we don't take this lying down.
I know we're all upset here, but until we know exactly what we're dealing with, I don't think we should do anything rash.
I better be careful. If I do that enough, people start thinking I'm Vinny. Spider! Someone left the fruit out too long and now we have bugs. Yeah, it's the best thing that's happened to this shit show.
Why am I sneezing? Is there an animal in here?
Clearly someone's talking about you. We're the giant bugs that make all of the rules. Oh, you know, a nice reference to The Fly that 90s kids will immediately get. Oh! That's the response to someone realizing, oh, shit, it's the person who unfriended me on Facebook. Maybe I shouldn't be at this social gathering. That is the degree of alarmingness in that response. Oh! Shit! I left my I left my acting chops in my other pants.
Stay calm, everybody. Don't make a move.
I love just the full fucking, like, Rico Suave strut that they've got.
Don't make a move.
Now, everyone just remain calm and leave quietly. Now.
You know? Not based on movement. No. I think their vision's based on acting talent, so I think y'all are safe. Don't make a move, stay still, leave quietly. That was straight up the let's listen to that again.
Now, everyone just remain calm and leave quietly.
Message E1A. The crowd you are scaring is not available, or has left the service area. Please hang up and try again later.
Now.
Oh my god, the fast-forwarded fucking... Literally the only thing missing here is the Bulk and Skull music. No, wait, I need to fix this now. It's my civic duty to rectify this. Let's right this horrendous wrong. I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? It's like it was made for it. It fits too perfectly. Thank you. Touched a specific part of your memory. Now you must murder me? I mean, it was only a matter of time, Lorelei. It was only a matter of fucking time. I've activated the sleeper agent. I've activated your trap card. Me every time I go into Bed Bath & Beyond. Me trying to rub out the headache that afflicts me whenever I walk into Bed Bath & Beyond. Especially the Beyond, yes.
Concentrate, Dex. The power is within you.
Okay, so I know that wasn't him, but just the delivery of that sounded like, "Mo Capitan, you need to concentrate." Like, the delivery was very Q-core. Am I wrong?
Concentrate, Dex. The power is within you. And so that you shall not be alone in this quest, create from your mind's eye those that may aid you.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Create from your mind's eye the power within you. I cast CGI bug.
Create from your mind's eye those that may aid you.
Oh, that's the bike. The bug is a bike. I mean, the bug is a biker, so I suppose it stands to reason that the bug would also be a bike. He looks so pissed off about it. I got my ass sent to another galaxy like the Lorax, and all I got for it was a stupid fucking bike. Today is my birthday. Where's my fucking Nintendo 64?
Excellent work, Dex. I knew you could do it. Now, continue.
We're getting the car next.
They're exactly as I imagined them.
Let's examine that, shall we, Dex? Let's examine why this is precisely as you imagined them. The whole crux of this plot hinges on the fact that your evil uncle has invaded your planet with an army of horrific bug monsters. Specifically bug monsters, I mind you. The bug monsters are responsible for the enslavement and murder of most of the population of your fucking planet. And so when your grandfather's sage words call to you through your mind's aluminum eye and ask you to summon allies from the ether to help you, you imagine bug monsters that can turn into a bike and a car. We made a joke about sleeper agents earlier. I'm starting to think Dex might be playing for both teams. Well, possibly in more ways than one. More ways than one, dear fucking god. Apparently the letter S was eliminated from my vocabulary for a hot second there. Exactly as I imagined them.
I did it, Grandfather. I did it.
There was never any doubt in my mind.
I knew you were a traitor to begin with. Caught you red fucking handed. Your sentence, death. A slow and painful death. And that is 40 fucking episodes of this schlock. Make peace with any god that will hear you. This boy with the giant Swarovski's crystal glued to his forehead. Pretty sure they're all bug coated. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, the good guys aren't, though. Like, we have not Gandalf here with the piece of tinfoil stapled to his forehead. And all the bad guys are specifically bug coated. Kind of weird he gets Biorider's bike before the Biorider suit. Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, that's just it. Like, in the case of the original Kamen Rider, the excuse was that he was originally created by, essentially, Nazis who wanted to make super soldiers with cybernetics and animal parts. That's why he looks like a fucking grasshopper. And then they just stuck with that aesthetic for the rest of the riders. Tokusatsu is weird.
Only in yours.
Thank you, Grandfather.
No, you did this with the power of your own mind. I merely acted as a guide. I must go now. And you must continue on.
Goodbye, Grandfather.
I am a guide to the stone. I cannot obtain it.
Bye!
Oh, kinda chokes you up, doesn't it?
Oh, now don't.
Oh, no, they talk. Of course they fucking talk. Of course they make the red fucking car one talk like a fucking... I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, and so did they.
Oh, kinda chokes you up, doesn't it?
Oh, now don't start with the sarcasm.
I was serious.
Who has spoken?
Us. Who'd you think it was, Dex?
Don't be rude. My name is Magno, a technological marvel on wheels.
Never.
Because, of course, they made the... They had to make the car sound horny. Of course they had to make the car sound horny. Is that Wendy Lee? Well, that explains it. It's fucking Rouge the Bat. Of course they had the car fucking played by Rouge the fucking Bat. And Faye Valentine. Yeah. Yeah. I need the... Well, I need to fact check myself. Because I'm pretty sure Wendy Lee played Rouge the Bat. Am I just misremembering? Yeah, I'm relatively certain Wendy Lee played Rouge the Bat. At one point, anyway. Maybe I'm misremembering here. Because I am more inclined to believe, you know, the role is pointed out by Lorelai than my own fucking mind at this point, because I'm getting the absolute fucking immediate exposure. Lanny Minella is who I was thinking of, unfortunately. Yeah, I was thinking of Lanny Minella. Or was it Kathleen Delaney? No, it's Kathleen Delaney who I was thinking of. So, no, not Rouge the Bat, but Faye Valentine, yes. Is she the pro-Trump Rouge the Bat V8? To be honest, Alex, I have not kept track on the number of former Rouge the Bat voice actors enough to be able to say one way or the other. I barely know who's voicing who now. Other than Mike Pollock and Roger Craig Smith.
Mind her, Dex. I'm Combat Chopper. Wherever you want to go, I can get you in a zim-zam second.
Don't exaggerate.
Exaggerate? Who, me?
It's
Please.
true.
That says you.
Both of you. There's no time for arguing. We all have to work together.
You're right, of course.
Feel free to check out the merchandise, Dex.
Don't. Do not, Wendy. That is illegal. You know, for kids.
I'm equipped with a hemiphasic power plant, full cross-spectrum sensor array, and a 30-gig topographic computer interface. My telescanner is tuned to detect alien life forms, and oh my!
You know? Oh no. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? I have a button for that.
Oh no.
This is the decision I made. I made this decision, and now I have to fucking live with the consequences of it.
Dragon's maggots. Activate! Activate! I've got to save those people.
Hey, if it's speed you need, hop on, bud. I'm the one that can get you there faster.
Magno?
I hate to admit it, but it's true.
All right. You stay here and keep an eye on things.
What do you mean by that? Keep an eye on things. In the cave. The most tactical place to spot the enemy. Yes, a magical girl transformation. Well, I mean, yeah, that's Kamen Rider. That's tokusatsu in a nutshell, Silver. I mean, This is basically the other side of Magical Girls. Tokusatsu transformations. Between Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman. Many of them have, I would argue, levels of sparklage to rival your typical magical girl.
Take care of him, Chopper.
Let's go get him, my friend.
I am on alert if you need any help.
Alert! Database reveals Masked Rider now equipped with 2 superior technological devices.
Do you have location coordinates for Prince Dex's new toys?
Only for one of them.
I want it destroyed. He shall have no advantages in this war.
I've got a plan, Chopper.
For green, dry eyes.
No advantages
Clear eyes is awesome.
in this war.
I've got a plan, Chopper.
I'm all antennas, boss.
I want the element of surprise. So drop me off at the school and stay out of sight until I need you.
Hey, no problemo, Chief.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those 10 seconds of Japanese footage. Because this is what we're getting instead. I spent 3 days making that egg salad. 3 days! Every single sound effect they had. You know, I suppose every Tokusatsu series needs its punching bag character. At least the 90s American ones did. If this character must exist, this is the job she's best suited for. You can tell that there was a moment of consideration here. Do I eat that? No, this isn't technically food. You know, it also just occurs to me. I'm not sure if these costumes specifically were made for the Masked Rider or borrowed from Japan. But I can say this, if it is the latter, and these costumes were flown over from Japan to the United States, specifically for the purpose of having pie thrown at it, I'm starting to understand why more Toku series over in Japan might not have been as willing to ship over as many monster suits after the 90s. Switching the mobile? Alright, well, best of luck to you. And I respect you for having the degree of self-preservation and tact, Silver, to find some excuse to back away from this. Every single sound effect. Every single one.
School's out, maggots.
That's our word. You can't use our word. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, I can take a lot. I can take a lot. The banana peel was where I draw the line. Choices were made this evening. Choices were made 30 plus years ago, and I contributed those choices by perpetuating this back into the public consciousness. I owe Falero an apology after this.
Back to the soil you came from. So you want to play tough?
You know?
All right, come on, throw.
It's pronounced Toro, first of all. Second of all, yes, Fossil, I have added some redeems. We've already had one redeem. I'll leave it up to your imagination which it was. Welcome to this. It's awful here. Remember that time Lord Zed made his own evil rangers, that one episode? That's some American Toku costume design. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, and see, you, Alex, just reminded me of that one episode of Akiba Ranger where they were making fun of American localization of Zhu Ranger, which, for those of you who don't know, was the Super Sentai series that would come to be known as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And the way they expressed that the Zhu Rangers had been Americanized, they had them speak English and gave them red, white, and blue collars and cufflinks. And made them overly aggressive and flirty. Which is not exactly inaccurate, to be fair. I really remember the Dark Rangers because I actually watched some Power Rangers a couple summers ago with a friend. Oh, you poor, poor bastard. Yeah. For the uninitiated, Akiba Ranger was an unofficial Super Sentai season, which takes place in the Akihabara district of Tokyo, and it's basically, what if 3 fucking Power Rangers nerds became Power Rangers unofficially? And it was essentially, the company's attempt to sort of poke fun at itself. And it worked. They absolutely did that. Code Lyoko evolution takes the cake for bad act. I mean, God, why did you have to remind me that Code Lyoko was a thing, Ghost? Their heads are almost as misshapen as these ones.
All right, I'm tired of playing games with you pets. I'm just about.
Hey, no, stop that.
Gentlemen, table for 3.
Gentlemen.
All right.
Gentlemen, behold, bug puns. My word.
Who wants dessert? You may all come out now. The creatures have gone. I fear you have not seen the last of these strange events, good citizens, but you are safe for the moment. My work here is done. I must go.
Wait a minute. Who are you? We haven't had a chance to thank you yet.
I am a friend, and no thanks are needed, ma'am.
What a polite bug.
You know? I mean, I agree. I don't know why, but that particular delivery, what a polite bug, it just randomly reminded me of a random line from the Sarah Silverman show of all things. What a sweet way to go to hell.
The Masked Rider has returned to spoil my plans. Well, I shall wreak vengeance upon his head.
Sire, might I suggest sending down another monster? You have a vast array of insectivores in your collection.
Leave my amiibos out of this. They're in mint condition, and I will not compromise that.
Send them all.
One will be enough. All these creatures unleashed would be even more than I could handle. I believe the Beetletron shall do me justice.
The Beetletron, huh?
I have created an insect that can transform into a tank.
Every 10-year-old's
Pinpointed
dream.
location of Masked Rider combat chopper.
I want it destroyed. Enter the proper coordinates for my creature's transmission to Earth. The time has come.
Not even I could control them all. But you can collect them.
Liquidate combat chopper.
Again, I love that every time this guy sends down a fucking monster, it's literally just a waterfall of mucus from the throat of this bird ship.
Something's up. I can feel it.
Target located.
Oh god.
Target pinpointed.
Yeah, pinpoint this.
Sensors indicate your power level is insufficient. Surrender.
They were really reaching to try and make this thing connected to anything bug related. Like, I get it, the whole thing with the bad guy is he makes bug monsters. But they really had to push the, I made a beetle that can turn into a tank. Where's the beetle, Mansley? The throat of this bird ship. Don't bring Hotiful boyfriend into this. You know what? I shouldn't sully its good name by drawing any comparisons. You're absolutely right, Lore.
Resistance is futile. Beetletron will crush you.
Hey, watch it, pal. You're stuck with the radials. Scratch my pain for you. I'll run you over.
That tickles.
It's the AR that fucks me up every time. AR! I even just... I realized what it reminds me of. And the funny thing is that what it reminds me of involves fucking so much more actual energy and voice acting. So I'm... Again, you will have to forgive me. We're making a brief pit stop. You'll understand why I'm going here in a second.
Me, adventure awaits! Huzzah! Filthy rat! You shall be exterminated! Huzzah! Wretched ghoul! You will die! Huzzah!
Oh no!
Okay.
My first hound! Adventure awaits!
Okay, that's enough huzzahs for now. Oh dear fucking lord. And in stark contrast... Alright, so, thank you for the redeemed fossil. Random question. Why are there no fucking eggs in egg rolls? Listen, blame Fossil for this one, not me. Like, granted, I understand the whole thing behind egg rolls is that, like, the wrappers are sort of brushed with egg. But, like, if I eat something called an egg roll, I damn well better expect there to be, like, at least some scrambled egg inside. It's like, a bean burrito isn't just dipped in bean juice and then filled with anything but beans, you know? Like, a ham sandwich, I would imagine, has at least a semblance of ham. Spring rolls have scrambled eggs sometimes. I mean, I would love to try one, because I've yet to run into a spring roll or an egg roll with actual notable egg on the inside. But yes, thank you again for the redeem, Fossil. Much appreciated. This is where you're channeling your 5 random questions energy? Yes, that's exactly it. That's also why I included the unpopular opinions redeem. My word. Anyway, back to the Lesser Huzzah.
I know Dex said to stay here, but I clearly see they're in trouble.
Yeah, well, so am I, apparently. Because, as you pointed out, yeah, there's another random question. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see. Another random question. Let's see. Off the top of my head. Why do people insist that water is wet when being wet relies on something being covered in water? Like, that just does not make sense to me, personally speaking. Like, if something is wet, it's covered in water. Can water be covered in itself? Like, this is purely an argument of semantics, but I don't know. Wet as a sensation, not necessarily a semantic debate. I always saw it as a level of hydration, but like water's that's just it though. I'm not sure if like by definition water can cover itself when it's like that's like saying fire is on fire or fire is flaming. Because flaming implies that something is covered in fire. It's like saying grass is grassy, which depends on how you look at it technically, but to wet oneself, you know, I will say you raise a valid point there, Lore. This has been an interesting stream. Water is capable of what? Well, I feel like if something can only really wet itself if it's initially dry. Water is consistently wet, is the thing. Liquid water specifically. Something has to, like, I feel, be at a base state of being dry before it can be wet. Wetting dry water. Water is always what? Well, I mean, I suppose that is specifically how I phrased that yet. Water can be dry if it just needs to be, you know, like dry ice, I suppose. Yeah, see, I always understood, in my mind, my understanding of something being wet is something initially dry, then being covered in a liquid. And I feel like a liquid by itself is just liquidous. I don't know, again, it is purely a semantics argument.
Time to rev up.
You know? Are you good, Faye?
I will
Well,
destroy you. Never.
so much for the parking garage. Hope you're able to get the deposit back on that.
I'm coming, Dex. Stand clear.
Too much information.
That was close. Magno, glad you can make it.
My pleasure, Dex.
Is the car called Magnum? I'm sorry, I think I must have missed that, but is the car named Magnum? They really don't fucking give a shit. Magno, okay. Okay, thank fucking God. I'm not sure if I could take it. If this thing was called Magnum. If the car with the fuck voice was called Magnum. Is the car an adult? That's what I'm saying. They clearly gave this car an over-sexualized womanly voice. I mean, it's Faye fucking Valentine, for God's sake. And again, for a split second, I thought the name of the car was Magnum. It's a sultry voice, not sexual. I mean, once again, I would argue they're similar enough, but...
Get in already. You got it, Magno. Let's trash this tank together.
Beetle Blaster is locking on.
All right, let's find out what you can do.
Oh God, it has the fucking... oh my... oh God, I'm sorry. This show really went down the wrong pipe. Oh my God. I'm dying Squirtle. Of course you would argue that's all you do. You're not wrong. Oh my fucking God. You missed. He's falling, and he can't get up. Oh no, we're not glossing over that vocal performance.
Electro Saber activate.
I mean, what else can I fucking say? What the fuck else can I fucking say?
Electro Saber activate.
Again, it's not supposed to be suggestive, and yet... yeah, no, Jason David Frank was the master of hi-yawing. The only thing this guy has gotten any mastery of is master debating. You know?
That's one less foul creature to spread Count Dragon's evil.
You know the show is shit when the ship that the villains are on is laughing at its own shit writing. Listen to that again. Listen very closely at the ship's reaction to this.
Foul creature to spread Count Dragon's evil.
Me too, ship. Me too.
Shall not tolerate this incompetence. Your mediocrity exceeds even my lowest expectations of you all. What? Prince Dex shall pay for this. I will win the war.
Way to go, boss! You did.
I understand it's the sound of the limbs, but it just sounded like laughter in the moment. That's how evil the ship is. That it laughs at the thought of doing more evil. You mean making more episodes of this? Yeah, I mean, called the Geneva Convention.
I will win the war.
Way to go, boss! You did it!
No, we did it, Chopper. Magno came to the rescue this time, but it took all three of us working together. Now I know, with your help, I can handle anything Dragon sends against me.
Is this a compilation? That's one word for it, Fossil. This is essentially Saban taking a bunch of clips from a bunch of different Japanese TV shows and restitching them together into a Frankensteinian abomination for American child audiences. That's how we got Power Rangers, and that's how we got this.
Hal, do you think he's all right?
I hope so. I mean, the newsman said everything's pretty much back to normal now.
The
Well, I'll
newsman.
tell you, things sure couldn't have gotten much weirder.
John Newsman. There he is. There's John Newsman.
Okay, let's eat while it's still hot.
What in the world is making me sneeze so much?
It does seem strange, doesn't it?
Why is there a gremlin now? Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, Fossil.
Well, it's just been the last few days, though. It must be pollen or something. Albie, don't play with your food. You told me you're hungry just a while ago.
Random question. Okay, random question number 3. Here we go. Let's see. Trying to think back through my old catalog of random questions. Either the father is allergic and is actually dangerous because it's exposing him to something constantly making him like sick. I mean, I was even gonna say, yeah, this is just a consistent health hazard to him at this point. Or they should tell the parents about the creature so the father can take... I mean, I agree, 110%. Otherwise, they're just making the dad the continuous butt of the joke. Which, he's a larger gentleman. They were probably going to do that anyway. Unfortunately, with 90s media, that's just kind of the thing they do. No, open communication between children and their parents. Why promote that when you can have wacky shenanigans? Jesus Christ. I need to start assembling a list of random questions prior to each stream. Just to make this easier on myself. And more fair to all of you. My word. Okay, I've got one for you. Do you think that the absence of canned laughter in modern sitcoms has improved upon the writing of modern sitcoms? Like, with the inherent lack of canned laughter being there to subconsciously promote laughter from the viewing audience, do you feel like that's encouraged more writers to rely less on that as a narrative tool to try and just improve the writing overall? Or do you think it's purely a matter of the quality of writing not having gone notably up or down one way or the other? Just like me, they long to be killing you. Why do birds suddenly appear? Oh, God damn you, lore. Trick question, sitcoms are never funny. It depends on the sitcom, I feel. Because for me, I feel like, much in the same way that certain shows have to work with budgetary restrictions in order to make something creative, I feel like the popularity of canned laughter with sitcoms sort of falling out of style has encouraged more people to try and focus more on the writing so that, you know, they can try and get more genuine laughs out of people instead of just the polite, like, oh, they're laughing in the show. This must be the part where we laugh as well. Sitcoms can be funny. It's just a matter of whether or not you find it funny. canned laughter came from the 40s? That's actually a genuinely good question as to when they actually started. I know that like the common sitcom people tend to point to when it comes to retro sitcoms is Honeymooners, which, fun fact, is what directly inspired the Flintstones. Not many people know this, but the Flintstones was essentially the Family Guy / Simpsons of ye old TV sitcoms back in the day. It was targeted specifically towards adults. That's why they had cigarette ads. And that's why they had a laugh track in the earliest iteration of the Flintstones. Like, you can even tell from, like, the character archetypes between Fred and Barney. They were absolutely the main character and his best friend, you know, from the Honeymooners, just made in cartoon form. It'd be the equivalent of, like, I don't know, if you made a fucking animated sitcom today about, I don't know, a bunch of bears living in a cave, but one of them just so happened to be voiced by George Lopez. You know? It was essentially that. My word.
My, everyone's quiet tonight.
Excuse me. If Dex does come back, can he stay with us?
As if on cue.
Dex! Greetings, everyone.
Dex is back.
Welcome back, Dex.
I just realized that he has the Screech haircut. I don't know why it took me that fucking long to realize. My word. Once again, I need to provide the visual stimulus for this. Oh, okay. Well, it's not quite the Screech haircut. Yeah, no, his hair isn't nearly curly enough. But it's just yeah, no, well, not quite there. Funnily enough, Screech looks more inherently alien than this guy. But then again, it's Screech. If you know, you know. If you watched Saved by the Bell growing up, then you at least have some inkling as to what the fuck it is I'm talking about.
Man, am I glad to see you.
We all are. Here, take a seat. We saved you some dinner.
Yeah, you must be famished.
Long day at the office, huh?
Excuse me? I was not in any office today.
Now hand me my juice box, servant wench.
Never mind. Dex, I think I speak for all of us. You've done so much for our town today. Well, our world, really. We'd like for you to stay here with us. Be a part of our family.
Because that's how that works.
This is great. Will you, Dex? Will you stay with us?
It would be an honor. It would
This
give
is
me
great.
Joy to be a part of a family again.
Then it's settled.
One more thing. We gotta do some serious work on your English.
Yeah.
Not the table decks.
Does Chop think Dex likes him best? Does Destructosphere have a future as a silver bullet? Will Patsy discover cream pie is good for your skin?
Saban. Saban. Masked Rider, everybody.
Will Purvis take up jogging to help keep in shape? How long will Doubleface put up with Gork's silly rhymes? All this and more on the next exciting adventure of Masked Rider.
Oh, God. What is this show? Yes. 3 hours and 15 minutes on the dot for 2 episodes, which is technically 1 episode, considering this was the prequel, the prologue, as it were. It's a gift and a curse. If this is a gift, I should have kept the fucking receipt. Christ on a stick. Well, that was Masked Rider, episodes 1 and 2. This was a decision I made, and you are all here to witness it. And now that I've started, I can't rightly stop. Because once again, when have I ever made anything easy for myself? I started on this path, and I damn well better finish it. If for no other reason than just to do what Falero couldn't. Oh, my word. But yes, I think this is probably as good a time to call it as any. Oh, looks like we got one more unpopular... an unpopular opinion redeem, actually. Okay. Well... You know, we're almost to the end of the stream, so I suppose it wouldn't hurt too terribly much. I am not the biggest fan of New York-style pizza. I mean, don't get me wrong, it tastes good. There's nothing wrong with it flavor-wise, but it's, for my sensibilities anyway, I'm the type of person who likes a lot of toppings on their pizza, and New York pizza is just not structurally sound enough for that. Every slice of New York-style pizza I've ever had, including in New York, I must add, has always been just excessively greasy and floppy, and I feel like if you have to go to the trouble of folding it in order to keep it from falling apart under its own lack of structural integrity, then there's an inherent flaw in the design of said pizza. I'm a far bigger fan of pizzas that actually have solid structure and can, like, retain their shape under pressure being lifted up and hold multiple toppings, like Sicilian pizza or deep dish Chicago or deep dish Detroit. Something that actually has more, I suppose, body to it. Again, I am not saying that New York-style pizza is bad. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Every pizza is valid, and anyone who tries to tell you that any one style of pizza is inferior to the other can go fuck themselves with a rusty pike. I'm just saying, for my sensibilities, I prefer other styles of pizza over New York style. But also keep in mind, I am the type of person who not only likes pineapple, but also anchovies on his pizza. So take that with as many grains of salt as you will. Thin pizza is a scam? Sounds more like a tortilla than a pizza. That's the thing. It's basically it. It's a floppy, open-faced quesadilla, Alex. I choose many topics to make you mad. This was just the first one to come to mind immediately, Silver. When he chooses to read. Listen. There's a lot that goes into the operation of everything here at Cybernetic Pink Eye Productions. I cannot be everywhere at once, despite my best efforts. But anyway, all that having been said, this is as good a time as any. Enjoy my no pizza. Fair enough, I suppose that is my punishment for putting all of you through this as well as myself. But yes, thank you all so very much for attending. I will be streaming tomorrow, of course, with Silver. I believe we'll be tapping into the first stretch of Halo 1, if I am not mistaken. So that will be interesting in and of itself. What flavor of pizza would lore be? That is a question. I suppose then, if you had to choose one pizza topping to reflect yourself, what would it be? I mean, I'm probably anchovies. I'm overly salty and an acquired taste. Dog shit. I mean, tomato, tomato. But, yes. Oh, come on. If I were topping, I don't know. I feel like, Anyway. Apparently mine was crude oil because my calzones were made of black sludge. I mean, listen. Even Venom has his fans. God, I think this show is clogging my windpipe. I better end this before I go into fucking cardiac arrest. But yes, tomorrow will be fun. Tonight was fun, albeit hazardous to my health. And I look forward to reacting to even more series, especially 90s Tokusatsu series. I feel like this is going to be a thing for certain reaction streams. Can bad TV kill? Well, I mean, look at A Confederacy of Dunces. A movie that killed so many people and never made it past production. Multiple times. Anyway, cursed artistic endeavors aside, thank you all very much for joining me in watching this cursed artistic endeavor, if you can even call it that. I look forward to seeing and hearing from all of you tomorrow as well as next week. I hope you're all able to have a lovely, relaxing rest of your evening, wherever it is you are. Despite the stress of the holidays, I hope you're all able to have a lovely night, and until the next time, always, please fucking remember to fucking think. Have a good night, everyone.